Hello. Whilst much of Europe is looking largely dry and settled with high pressure in charge, not so towards the southeast. You can see the cloud across parts of Turkey here. We've had quite a bit of heavy snowfall over the higher ground. There's more of it to come. So wintry weather piling in across the east of Europe. Higher pressure holding on for many central and western areas. So for the likes of France, Germany, towards Switzerland, for instance, we've got a bit of patchy frost and fog around through the course of the day, but largely dry with light winds. It is more unsettled across Turkey, though. We've got some snow already in the north on Monday. That'll become more persistent on Tuesday. Just 4 degrees in Athens with outbreaks of sleet and snow there as well. Unusually cold weather across much of Greece. Towards Portugal and Spain, a quieter picture here, and the largely dry, settled weather continues across France and towards Denmark as well. Still quite windy with further snow showers blowing in across Norway, and there are moderate to high risks of avalanches in the region too. Into Tuesday, a lot of dry, settled weather for many again, but still very cold for much of Eastern Europe with heavy snowfall. Could be 2.5 metres over the mountains of Turkey. Looking ahead, both London and Paris will be turning a little bit milder as we head towards the end of the week, perhaps more unsettled by the weekend too. Madrid and Rome looking largely dry with a bit of sunshine around as well. Meanwhile, further towards the east, very cold for Moscow, turning a little less cold eventually in Athens. Bye-bye. Hello, let's take a look at the weather across North America. And we've still got some wintry weather across parts of eastern Canada and the northeastern states, as well as an area of low pressure is moving across the prairies, the Great Lakes towards the Ohio Valley. So that's going to be bringing some outbreaks of snow up towards the northeast. So particularly into Monday morning, some of that snow could be fairly heavy. And then we've got a colder plunge of air following it behind that cold front. Meanwhile, towards some of the Gulf states, some heavy rain set to develop here for the likes of Texas, heading towards Mississippi over the next couple of days. Now, the strong Santa Ana winds that have been fueling those fires across California should be easing out through the course of Monday, so an improved weather picture there, not quite as windy and gusty. Further north across Alaska, some rain moving in, falling as snow inland, largely dry for southern parts of British Columbia into Washington State and Oregon as well. Here's the outlook, and it's a dry, settled one for Vancouver, Seattle, San Francisco and for Los Angeles as well. Meanwhile, if we head towards the east, it's another fairly cold day for the likes of Montreal, Toronto too. Some outbreaks of snow here pushing into parts of New York State. Should be staying dry, I think, for New York and Washington DC, but that cold air filtering further south across Georgia into Florida, and then heavy rain and thunderstorms developing across some of those Gulf states. So here's the outlook in the east, and things will turn a little bit milder for most as we head on into Tuesday. Bye-bye. Hello. It's been very hot recently across central portions of South America, particularly Uruguay, parts of Argentina and Paraguay too. Now that heat is starting to break down as we see the arrival of some heavy showers and some thunderstorms too. We're going to continue to see these heavy downpours over the next couple of days across parts of Uruguay, central Argentina as well. But to the north of that, for northern Argentina towards Paraguay, temperatures are still very hot for the time of year. And further north across the continent, some heavy showers for parts of Colombia, also for northern parts of Peru into northern Brazil too. The showers fewer and further between towards the southeast of Brazil. A largely dry day for Rio de Janeiro, 30 degrees here. Some heavy downpours close to Buenos Aires though, and further south it's mild but breezy and unsettled for Patagonia. Now in Rio de Janeiro we keep the sunny, dry weather over the next 5 days or so, but in Buenos Aires the sunshine will be interrupted by some heavy downpours and some thunderstorms too. Across Mexico, we've got the tail end of this system in the Gulf of Mexico. That's going to be bringing some showers to the north of Mexico, some cooler air pushing in at times too. 1 or 2 showers drifting around parts of Nicaragua, Honduras as well, but a drier picture for Cuba as the showers that we've had recently tend to ease their way further east across the Caribbean. Could see a few of those showers reaching Havana for Wednesday, but it's looking dry for Kingston, San Salvador and San Jose. Bye-bye. Hello. We've seen a tropical depression that's brought flooding rainfall and landslides across parts of Madagascar. You can see it here on the satellite image. That system now pushing across the Mozambique Channel, across Comoros towards Mozambique, Malawi and Zimbabwe as well. So a lot of heavy rain, could be about 200 millimetres in a few spots, and that's going to drift its way slowly westwards into parts of East Africa during the next couple of days. To the north of that, much of North Africa is still quite cool for the time of year, with cool air coming in from southeast Europe, driving a few showers across coastal parts of Egypt and Libya as well. It's been very hot in Cape Town recently. Temperatures cooler as we head through this week, generally in the mid-20s there. Johannesburg seeing some slightly warmer weather develop over the next couple of days. Khartoum turns a little bit cooler through this week, and there'll be a return to some heavy showers at times in Lusaka. Now on to the Middle East, where it's unsettled for the Levant and Syria. Some snow over the high ground, rain down at low levels and quite gusty winds. And we'll see the next system moving in by around about Wednesday as well. So not much respite in the unsettled weather there. Meanwhile, for much of the Middle East, across the Gulf, things are looking fairly dry and settled as well, with lots of sunshine around. Although temperatures at the moment are a little below average across parts of Saudi Arabia, across the Gulf and towards Iran as well. In fact, many of the major cities are going to be turning a little bit warmer as we head through this week. Bye-bye. Hello. We're seeing some fairly cold air at the moment pouring into parts of Central Asia, into South Asia at times as well. That cold air in place across the northwest of India. So we've had a few warnings for low temperatures, and also with those lower temperatures, some pockets of fog around that could be quite slow to clear as well. Further south, a lot of dry, settled weather across much of India and Sri Lanka too. But you can see a few spots of blue here on the forecast. 1 or 2 showers across coastal parts of Andhra Pradesh, a few for Odisha, up towards West Bengal and across Bangladesh as well. Heading our way further northwest into central parts of Asia, and that's where the cold air is going to be moving in from Iran, Iraq, spreading across up towards Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan as well. For Kazakhstan, cold day for Nur Sultan, minus 14 degrees there, and that cooler air working in to parts of Pakistan as well. In fact, even Mumbai seeing temperatures a little below average. But further south, it's warmer, lots of sunshine down the west coast towards the Maldives as well, 31 degrees there in Mali. Should be largely dry across Sri Lanka on Monday, 1 or 2 showers returning here from Tuesday onwards, but then we're back into the showery setup across the Himalayas, the northwest of India as well. Mumbai tends a little bit warmer over the next few days. Dhaka will tend to lose the outbreaks of rain that we're seeing through the day on Monday. Elsewhere then in Karachi, those temperatures are on the rise too, and sunny spells persist for Chennai. Bye-bye. Hello there. We've had 6 consecutive days in Perth of temperatures higher than 40 Celsius. Things are now turning a little bit cooler for Perth, but still hot further northwest. Some heavy downpours further north across parts of Indonesia and the Philippines over the next couple of days, but a quieter weather situation for Japan. After all the heavy snow that we've had over recent weeks, higher pressure in charge now. Perhaps a little bit of rain to the far southeast of Japan, but that should clear away later on Monday. Fairly chilly for the likes of Beijing towards Shanghai, but warmer weather further south across China. A few heavy showers down towards the southeast and into Vietnam as well. Heavy downpours for central and southern parts of the Philippines, into the northern parts of Indonesia, but further south across Indonesia, for Java for instance, it's a bit of a drier picture than it has been. The outlook is a dry, settled one for many of our major cities across the region. On to Australia though, and some really heavy rain in the forecast across parts of the Kimberley region, the top end as well. And we've got some of those downpours stretching into central Queensland. Still a few heavy showers towards South Australia, but not the intense rainfall that we had for Adelaide, for instance, over the past few days. Heading across to New Zealand, and high pressure has kept things largely dry and settled recently, but we've got some heavy downpours working in from the north. So quite heavy showers and thunderstorms for the North Island, a little bit drier for the South Island. More heavy downpours to come for Melbourne, hotting up again later this week in Perth. Bye-bye.